Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Sean's Mapping or the Sultanate Empire, and in today's video we are going to be continuing What If Civilization Started Over, episode 15. If you have not seen episode 14, 13, or 12, I suggest you go check it out so you understand what's going on. Today we are going to be doing several things, primarily starting a major thing that I have for the story of this series, and also a major plot point that is rather important for right now. Let's get into today's video. We are down here and we will be looking at the expansion of the Orange Team. Now, in previous years, the Orange Team administration, the kingdom, the royal family of the Orange Team, have always been fairly peaceful, not getting involved in many wars with other nations, only with doing influential things to try and sway um, people to their side, especially for their own country and for many other things. But if you did not see the previous videos, all of these countries were formed, filling up this whole area, and now the new king of the Orange Team and Queen see an opportunity of expansion, specifically for expansion into Central Africa, into the more Central African region, heading towards the Horn of Africa over this way and, a bunch of other stuff without having to spend the resources on colonizing and taking over unclaimed territory. So let's look at this war. We will be seeing them declare war on two countries simultaneously at the same time. The first country they declare war on is this green country right up here, as they begin pushing into its provinces, like so. And eventually they take all of this stuff right up here, going along the red border, securing these first couple border provinces. But that is where they're going to stop, as they're going to begin their secondary invasion. Now, the secondary invasion is going to be of the red country right down here. Now, the reason they're invading these two countries is because the red country and that northern greenish colored country are both countries that were formed out of Orange Team people. Basically, people that left the Orange Team just because they were unhappy with living in it. Nothing very major. The Orange Team government hasn't really been doing anything that bad. But you will always have those people that are just unhappy with the way that your government is running things. So, in that, those people left, forming their own countries and claiming all of this territory, which the Orange Team did want to take some of, but didn't, because these countries ended up getting formed in these areas and taking and claiming all of this region. And so we will see this war go fairly well for the Orange Team for right now, as these two countries begin gaining support from other neighboring countries, fearing the Orange Team's expansion. Now, also, another thing, I did finish the province. Well, I didn't finish the province layer. I still got to do many more provinces for many other countries. But I finished all of the provinces here down in Africa. As you can see right here, all of the provinces are completely finished for Africa's area primarily. I did do some other areas, like a little bit over here in India and a little bit over in Europe, where we will look at later on in today's video. But we will see the Orange Team continue to do their expansion, especially over here in the Red Team, as they continue to push back against Red Team forces, like so. and they are able to take all of this territory right over here. They push towards the capital province and they begin to siege down the capital. Now, this isn't a hard fight for them. I mean, they're the number one power in the world right now, so this isn't that hard for them to even do. But we'll eventually see them stop here, as this is where the red team will sue for peace with them. Let us move to the northern front line with the green team, as this is going a lot better than the front line with the red team, as they are just absolutely collapsing the green team front line and pushing them back by the day. So like every week, the orange team pushes back the green team on the front line, gaining even more ground. They eventually reach up to this river right here, and the green team eventually concedes and sues for peace, with the orange team offering up all the occupied land. The red team does the exact same. So let us look at the peace treaty, which will be popping up in about 3, 2, and all right, here's what the peace treaty is looking like right here, ladies and gentlemen. The peace treaty is looking something like this, with the orange team taking pretty much all of their occupied lands, and they also create 2 new provinces right here and here, as they didn't want to take the entire province, so they just split the province in 2. But in this endeavor, we will see the countries of Central Africa, well, the Central African region over here, kind of fear for their lives, so they do end up joining a alliance. Now, what alliance, you may be asking yourselves, are they joining? Well, they are joining the only alliance in Africa that is offering protection from the strengths and destruction of foreign countries, and that is, in fact, the Rectangle Alliance down here in southern Africa with the bright blue team. We will see pretty much a lot of countries join this alliance, and we will even see the orange team form their own alliance to combat this alliance. And we will just have to wait and see if this forces tensions to rise between the countries and causes war. The first ones to join this alliance is, of course, the red team and the green team, as they were already invaded and victims of the war, or well, of the orange team. So we will see them, of course, join the alliance. We will also see the green team, the purplish blue team, the purple team, and the smaller grayish purple country that borders the orange team as well join this, and we'll even see one of the pink countries join this alliance. Ooh, excuse me, had to burp. As again, all of them fear the power and strength of the orange team. So they will end up, whoopsie, wrong button. They will end up joining the alliance. Let me make that smaller. Too small. Alrighty. So we will also see this country join, this country join, right down here. We'll see this long monstrosity right here join. And we will see a divide. So let me give you some background. The pink teams down here were set up by siblings, and they've always held close relations with each other. They've always had good relations with each other. They have a city that's right here where my cursor is at, that is actually split down the middle by their border. The city is half in this country, the other half in this one. But, unfortunately, their friendship is coming to an end as the Orange team creates their alliance and uses their influence and power to sway countries over to their side. Now, these countries are not particularly loyal to the Orange team. They're only helping and being friends with the Orange team because the Orange team is giving them stuff like money, food, equipment, supplies, making their military better than it already is. So at any point in time, if the Orange team looks like it's losing, or they just feel like they don't want to help the Orange team anymore, they will very much abandon the Orange team and probably either join the other alliance or just straight up leave the war if a war ever comes from this. As again, tensions do begin to rise. A country that the Orange team is also able to get as well is Tanzania, as they absolutely hate the Blue team. And they also don't like that the Blue team is interfering with their sphere of influence. But we will see the Pink teams join opposite alliances, as both sides were promised things that the other side wasn't promised. But now, tensions begin to grow between both alliances. As both alliances absolutely hate the other, the Orange team wants to continue their expansion into Central Africa through all of these countries. But we will get into that at a later video. Or maybe we won't, and maybe it will just sit here, boiling, until eventually it'll reach a boiling point and the pot begins to spill out. But who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Now let us go up over here to the Middle East Arabian area, and we will see them split the remaining areas over in the Arab region between each other, with the Holy Arab Empire taking all of this land right over here, like so. Then with these guys making the borders look even uglier by taking all of this over here. Then we will be seeing the Aegean country actually being cut off from expansion by the northern country, who claims all of this land right over here, like so. Now let us move over into Europe and look at some things. Again, like I said, I did do some provinces here in Europe. I didn't do all of them. I primarily did the ones over in the Balkans, Italy, and Ender. I did his provinces. As you can see, he's very freaking populated, and his province is a square. His capital province is a square. But what we will be seeing is actually something that violates the treaty that the three major powers in Europe set up. The major powers being, of course, France, Italy, and Ender, which formed up Germany. We are going to see each side's own little puppet government pop up. Basically, each side's sphere of influence within the country. The Italian sphere of influence controls the entirety of the South. Ender's sphere of influence controls everything along his border and a little bit more. Let me change that color. That is the wrong button. The world belongs to Ender now. The world belongs to Ender. Come on, work with me here. There we go. So this right here is Ender's sphere of influence, basically all the people that support Ender. And this is the original government and the ones that support the French as well. Now, we will be seeing all three sides go to war with one another. But what we will primarily be seeing is the Italian sphere of influence and Ender's sphere of influence gangbang the French sphere of influence. Basically, gangbang the French supporter faction here in Germany. And we look something like this, going like so. Now, something happens. A man in Ender's country, specifically Ender's secondary advisor, while he was on his way home in the middle of the night riding through his carriage, he said that he saw a tall black figure in the forest around the capital. Said it was around 15 feet tall, but everyone doesn't believe him. A 15 tall black person in the forest? That's impossible. No one's that tall. But he described it as a monstrosity, as a creature that was fully black. The only part that he could tell was a white skull for a mask. He didn't know what it was, but he tried to explain it to the best of his ability. Ender ended up sending him to get checked out by doctors to make sure he was okay in his mind. But eventually, he was put into a place where, you put crazy people in the early ages because he was thought to be crazy. So they just kind of let him go live in the forest. So now he's out in the forest somewhere. Who knows where he is? He could be anywhere, doing his own thing. Everyone thinks he's crazy. A creature in the forest? That's preposterous. That is nothing like they've ever heard of before in history. But maybe just maybe, Jacob Malloy, which is his name, will come back in the future. Or maybe he'll remain hidden forever. I'm Sean's Mapping, or the Sultanate Empire, and on this interesting note, I'll see all of you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, go down beneath it and hit the like button. Go down beneath the video, hit that like button, and support the channel. If you want to support me even more and continue to be updated on my videos, I suggest you hit the subscribe button, but you don't have to. You don't have to. And then hit the bell notification to be notified anytime I upload a new video onto my channel. Now, if you, ladies and gentlemen, know what I'm talking about, then keep it to yourselves. If you don't, then I suggest you continue following me to figure out the story, to figure out the truth, and to just figure out what in the world did that advisor truly see. I'm Sean's Mapping, or the Sultanate Empire, and I see you, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be, wherever you may live. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See ya!